I was sitting here thinking, sometimes we can't see where the greatest changes are taking place in life. Think about a caterpillar. For a while, if we watch it, all we see is it eating and growing and simply living. And then one day it disappears into a chrysalis. If we stopped its story right there, we might think that nothing is happening. Joseph, as we turn to scripture, knew something about that same kind of moment. He was 17 when his brothers threw him into a pit and sold him into slavery. The dreams that he had for his life, those amazing dreams, seemed to disappear. From where Joseph stood, it probably looked like his story was over. As we turn to our gospel reading this week, the disciples knew that feeling too. They were caught in a storm, they were afraid, they were unable to see what was going to come next. But the story wasn't over. The caterpillar was transforming. Joseph wasn't forgotten. And the disciples, they weren't abandoned. Maybe that's the reminder that we need this week. That most of us are living somewhere in the middle of our story. A diagnosis we didn't expect, a relationship that's changed, grief that lingers, a door that closed, a prayer that seems unanswered. But in those moments, we may wonder, God, where are you? But the scripture reminds us that God's silence does not mean that God is absent from our lives. Sometimes transformation is happening beneath the surface in ways that we just can't see. The caterpillar can't see the butterfly. Joseph can't see Egypt. Peter can't see the hand that's reaching toward him. We can't always see what God is doing either, but we can trust that God is still working. For even when we can't see the whole story, God is still present in each of our lives. God is still working. God is still writing. And that, my friends, is the beauty of the story. I want to thank you for joining me today here at Grace United Church of Christ in Hanover. I'm Pastor Amy, and I'm glad that you joined us. You can join us for worship in person on Sundays at 10 a.m. right here at the church, or you can find us on Facebook or on these mini sermons on Mondays. My friends, no matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here, always.